Welcome to the Los Santos Police Department. My name is Joseph Murdoch and I'm Chief of Police. Today I'm going to be helping you get started in the world of law enforcement here at 5 Star RP. First, let's go over a few basic things that need to be done before we get down to business. Make sure in the emails you have everything set up and you're familiar with the system. This is where you're going to find important information like the SOPs, rules, uniform code, warrant requests, and also a place for body cam footage amongst other things. We'll get to at a later time. Keep an eye on the announcement tab too. This is where updates on the department or events will be announced. Now we're going to take a short tour of the department. First stop is the garage. This is where you're going to pull out your squad car every day. Speak to the local here to access the garage menu. Over there in the corner is a repair spot. You can fix your squad car up over there and add extras on it. Make sure to keep this space here clear at all times. This is where cars go when they're pulled out. This first level consists of the booking room where we get to fingerprints and search suspects after bringing them in. Across the hall is the mugshot room. Further down this hall is the gym. In your downtime, make sure to get in there and exercise so we can keep up with suspects out there on the field. This is the forensics lab. This is where you bring evidence such as blood, bullet fragments, and fingerprints. We'll get more into CSI later. Upstairs is the custody ward where suspects and criminals are held. There are two sections. We have custody ward A and custody ward B. A is for incoming suspects. They are held here while you get their charges and time together. Custody ward B is for a suspect that is doing a short amount of time, such as 10 to 15 months. They may also be held here if they are waiting for legal representation. If a suspect charges are significant felonies, violent crimes, or the sentence calls for more than 15 months, they are to be sent to the correctional facility in Sandy Shores. We will go more in depth into this topic during booking. On the next floor, you're going to find several interrogation rooms. Use these rooms when you need to question a suspect or when they're speaking with their legal representation. Keep the suspect cuffed at all times and escorted by an officer. In the next room over, you're going to find the armory and physical evidence lockup. In the armory, you're going to find the essential tools you will need for the job, such as service weapons, handcuffs, taser, flashlight, baton, and all the CSI and SWAT equipment you will need out there on the job. Make sure to always have a body cam and dash cam on at all times. This goes for recording software. You have to be able to take 5-minute clips. My office is also located on this floor. The physical evidence lockup is where you'll put things like weapons, drugs, and actual items taken from suspects. Make sure you log what you put in there via the incident report you filled out. The final floor is for briefings and education. You will also find the HR office here and access to the helipad/roof. Let's get into some important key bindings and commands you should know while on the job. /prison is the command you use when registering a criminal for the correctional facility. /IV is the command you use when impounding a suspect's vehicle. The F7 muscle is how you open the radar while in your squad car. It also is the license plate reader. Left alt third eye is also how you interact with suspects. From here you can cuff, search, and escort amongst other things. The G muscle is how you tackle suspects while sprinting. Let's talk about the use of force. The use of force refers to the level of physical effort used by law enforcement officers to gain compliance, protect themselves or others, or control a situation. It ranges from verbal commands and officer presence to non-lethal and, when absolutely necessary, lethal methods. The appropriate level of force depends on the behavior of the subject, the threat posed, and the totality of circumstances. All force must be reasonable, necessary, and proportional to the threat faced, and every use of force must be properly reported in the incident reports. Now let's go over the different stages of use of force. Number 1, you have officer presence. The mere presence of a uniformed officer can deter criminal behavior. Number 2 would be verbal commands. Clear, calm, and direct communication to gain voluntary compliance. An example would be step out of the vehicle, put your hands up, or stop. Number 3 is soft control, empty hand techniques. This would be low-level physical force used to guide, hold, or restrain without causing injury. Number 4 would be hard control. This is non-lethal force. Physical force likely to cause pain or minor injury, such as tackling or using a taser. And number 5 would be lethal force. Any force likely to cause serious bodily harm or death. This is to be a last resort option. You should never shoot unless shot at. When you apprehend a suspect, never use the hard cuff option. They should always be soft cuffed to ensure good RP. Once detained, they are to be read their Miranda rights. Search a suspect and remove any weapons or legal items from them and load them into a 4-door squad car and take them to the station. You will transport suspects through this back garage door. First, you bring the suspect into booking room for fingerprints and additional search. Then you move into the mugshot room. Use your phone to take a picture of the suspect and save it for their profile on the MDT. Next, bring them upstairs to the custody ward and get their charges together. Don't worry about writing the whole report yet. You'll do that once they are sent to jail and doing time. Navigate to incident reports. Make the title of the report the name of the suspect and the primary charge. Go to criminals and search your suspect and add them to the report. From here, click on Handle Charges and this will pull up the penal code. Simply click on a charge to add it to the report. Do not use the jail button. Make sure to save your report. Once you've determined if they're going to stay at PD or go to prison, it's time to transport them where they need to go. If their sentence is 15 months or less, they can serve time in custody Ward B and can be released out the front door once they're finished. If they have more serious charges like felonies, violent crimes, or a sentence greater than 15 months, they'll be transported to a correctional facility in Sandy by an officer. Their fine can be sent through the MDT by pressing this button and should be done before they are serving time. Once at prison, take them down here and through this door. After thinking about /prison, getting their ID, setting their time, and their security level, you'll have your criminal third eye the guard behind this desk and they will sign in to prison. Once your suspect is doing time, you can now begin to fill out the incident report on the MDT and put away evidence taken from the suspect in the storage room. Make sure to include the time, date, and locations that the crime took place in. Attach any related civilians, cars, evidence, or anything else related to the scene in the report, including pictures and the mention of a body cam footage if it was posted in the emails. We have an in-depth crime scene investigation system here in the department. The tools you'll need are a flashlight, UV light, cones, barriers, and GSR test kits. With a flashlight, you can find bullet casings, impact spots, and blood left by people. Fingerprints can be lifted out of cars with a UV light while sitting inside. And the GSR test kit is used to determine if somebody recently shot a firearm. Once you have the evidence, you can go to the forensic lab to analyze everything and build crime scenes. You can also register a locker for the evidence to keep it organized. Make the title the same number of the incident report so we know what it goes to. When registering a weapon license to a civilian, they must have a clean record and no violent crimes. They must provide a valid ID, and you gotta take a picture and get their fingerprint. Any weapon they purchase also must be brought to the station and registered. If not, they could possibly be charged if caught with it. Using the MDT, go to their profile, navigate the licenses, and here you can register the correct one. If a suspect needs a license revoked, you'll do it here as well.